Hey guys, it's Canuck here for noEHinTEAM, your number one source for awesome, and welcome to Tell Me I'm Wrong. I'm also here with...
ADHD.
And the regular AK.
So thanks for joining us, guys, for another episode. I want to talk about a couple things today. The biggest piece of news, of course, is the Grand Theft Auto 5 gameplay trailer. Very nice to see that this game is going to come out.
Final.
Good on them for making sure it's perfectly polished. However, this is what I want to start the show with, because tell me I'm wrong. The release date for this game, sales are going to be hampered due to the fact that there is guaranteed no release for next-gen consoles.
That's totally going to destroy any sales that they had, potentially, because nobody wants to keep their old console. Everyone wants to get rid of it to usher in their new console, because, money's always tight. You don't need both consoles. You only need one, so...
For sure.
They're going to sell their old console, and then they're going to go, oh, I can't play this. That's fantastic.
I'm going to tell you guys are both wrong there. Grand Theft Auto has such a wide fan base. They'll still do fine, even with that release date being so close to the next console release. They have so many dedicated fans, so many dedicated players that still are playing even Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer. I'm able to find a game opposed to Crysis 3, which is a brand new release, So I don't think that'll hamper their sales in quite the extreme fashion that everyone's thinking. I mean, obviously it will, as a lot of kids will be getting the new console, but I don't think it'll put them out of business or anything close to that by any means.
All right. Before we go any further here, guys, hope you're enjoying the background gameplay of The Last of Us. That's kind of going into my next question. But tell me I'm wrong. This goes to both of you guys, since you both have different outlooks on The Last of Us. It just was announced it sold 3.4 million, which is a fantastic number for a game that they really weren't sure how the public was going to, take it. They just weren't sure. It's an incredible job. I, for one, am addicted to the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell me I'm wrong. Do you think Naughty Dog expected the multiplayer portion of Last of Us to be so popular?
I really don't think they did at all. Even yourself there, Canuck, when we first got the game and we started to play it, it did take a little bit of time to find matches, and the multiplayer wasn't as smooth. And since a couple updates have gone by, it's like, bam, as soon as you've got a game, it's like, all right, start voting on which map you want to play. As soon as there's a majority or your 10 seconds runs out, you're headed right into that game. And whereas before it was like, okay, a minute for this, another minute for that.
Right, but I expected that when the game was not designed to hold this multiplayer. But as you guys are watching, okay, if you haven't tried the multiplayer out on this game yet, give it a whirl. However, I believe ADHD has got something else to say about this game.
I didn't like it. And now all of you are booing me immediately.
Why not?
I didn't like it because of the controls. I found they were too... I don't know. It was too realistic.
But you enjoyed Uncharted.
I did enjoy Uncharted because it wasn't realistic in any way whatsoever. It was just an adventure game where you went around and you went into random places and random things happened.
See, I think it's me and AK, you could probably agree with me on this. The reason why I like the multiplayer so much is it's such a squad-based, slow pace that you can't take a hit straight to the head because,
you're down.
You're down.
Yep, and I'll agree with you 100%. I'm loving it. I'm missing this because we didn't get to play Battlefield because there was no keeping your squad together, keeping your little squad together. Whereas on Last of Us, if you're not moving with at least one other person and you encounter two people, you're screwed. You're so screwed. So again, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. I'm playing it very team-based, very tactical. So it's been a hit for me so far.
Yeah, I put a couple rounds on this gameplay here for you guys, and you'll see that on the first one we don't do as well, but in the second one we absolutely slay. And you'll understand how this game is truly a nice change from the regular first-person shooter, because I was quite frankly getting sick and tired of it. I like my first-person shooters, but this whole lone wolf aspect and one person dominating no matter what kind of team game you base, like the game type for team game, it just got frustrating for me. Where this, if you want to be a lone wolf, you are screwing your team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, any lone wolf like that, we learned that right away on our first gameplays. Running around, run and gun, and bam, you're down. Oh, what the? How do I use a health pack? How do I get out of this crawling last stand kind of a deal? And like I said, it's been such a hit for us, and I know a lot of people. I've convinced a lot of my friends online to even go out and buy it and give it a shot, and they've stayed I don't see them playing anything else now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on. Other stuff that's in the news, Nintendo has really stepped up the retro titles releasing on their on the Wii U so that you can play it, pretty much any old game. The titles, they've promised to just keep bringing the old titles on there. So tell me I'm wrong. Will the nostalgia of playing old arcade Nintendo games be enough for the Wii U to continue to sell after the next gen consoles are released?
100%, because nostalgia will always win all. Because even I still play Need for Speed Underground 2. That was a GameCube release, and I still enjoy it immensely. And people still play the original Fable, and that's really old.
But don't you think this is not kind of an original idea from Nintendo? This is expected. I mean, I for one, there's a couple titles I would love to play again from the original different Nintendo systems. But I just think everybody's still waiting for that third-party agreement for a long time to bring solid titles on and stop doing the whole, we guarantee you the Mario, we guarantee you, all those.
Zelda,
yeah, we guarantee you all of those.
But that's all we guarantee.
But yeah, that's it. You just bring back the Nintendo family, bring it back. And again, there's a huge audience for that. That's fine. But
I don't know. It's kind of a weird subject because people who buy Nintendo, they know what they're getting into. They know they're getting into the Mario and Zelda field, but at the same time, it'd be nice for them to get a broader audience and allow third-party support for everything. Because I totally know what you mean there. I don't know. It's something that we have to see.
We say good on them for at least doing this part.
For sure.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Myself being like a Nintendo fanboy, like I collect Nintendo. I have all my original Nintendo games. I have all my little Nintendo action figures and whatnot. They're not going to have to do that. They don't need to go out and get that third party agreement to make these other games work on the Wii, because like I said, all us fanboys and all these Nintendo diehards just keep going back, whether it's one good game that gets us through it, or that cross your fingers, hope and pray that they're going to make another Super Smash Brothers just because that's the only decent, multiplayer game to play on it. But like I said, I really don't think they'll have to do anything like that because that money just keeps pouring in for them.
For sure. I just haven't been convinced yet. I've seen the Wii U. I've had some time to play it. I mean, ADHD, you've had the ability to play the Wii U, and you like the interactiveness about it like a lot.
It's really a great platform for multiplayer because you have the little tablet. And oftentimes they'll have a different thing on the tablet, like the person on the tablet will be doing something to help the people using the controllers.
Right.
They'll have a different screen and everything.
But you're still not convinced to buy one.
I don't know. I might buy one if the other consoles don't impress me.
Right, well, there's a fat chance that's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a very large chance that's not going to happen.
I just wonder, is Nintendo going to be smart? And I don't know, I don't know if this is a smart idea, but for the next generation of consoles, does Nintendo just sit on what they've created and just wait until so they can release every single thing at the same time?
Well, that's what they've done in the past. I mean, the Wii. Look at the Wii.
Exactly.
It's exactly what they did. But the Wii kind of, I don't know. The Wii died for me pretty quickly. But for some people, they stuck with it, and they did get rewarded in the end. They did get quite a few titles.
It's still the number one selling console in the world.
Sadly enough.
All right, so here's the round where we really took it to them, AK.
Yes. I don't remember exactly which one was this one. Who were we playing with there? We've got Tendence, me, you.
Just some good guys.
Yeah, we had a good team going. And that's the key. You need to have someone healing. You need to have someone building things. You need to have someone always on the offensive and someone, kind of watching your back for that one or two that decide to try to flank you. Canuck himself is an excellent team player just for the fact that his callouts and his actual marking of targets. So you have to physically mark a target when you spot them now, and he's spot on every time. As soon as he sees that guy, he's clicking that stick, waiting for it.
Right there.
So here, as you can watch, here he comes. He's waiting for him to pop out.
Watch right in the hand. Watch this. That's right, people. All you need is a little piece of that gun sticking out. Boom. So, again, moving on, I want to get back to the Grand Theft Auto discussion. If we looked at the gameplay trailer, I do believe this game's going to do just fine. There's enough people that's going to hold on to their consoles. I think they definitely hurt themselves a little bit by not releasing this in their original release window.
Would have been awesome.
So, Yeah, exactly. So what's left for Grand Theft Auto to do well was to bring something new to the game. And what's really exciting for me in the gameplay trailer, they're introducing this 3-character concept. I think that's great. 3 different perspectives. You can change these perspectives at any times. Missions will be based around, again, 3 different perspectives. You can use different characters for different things. But we've all seen the sandbox games. We've all played the sandbox games. Is there still a piece where you get this game, you do all the fun things you want to do, and then you're kind of like, I'm trading this in? Is that... I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Are you going to be visiting the, EB or within a couple of weeks, or is this going to hang on for the Grand Theft Auto? Like, I want 100% finish everything.
It'll really depend on my first gameplay of it. There, I know myself. I am one of the people that like to play the campaign or the story mode through just for the storyline. So I know myself. It's going to have to blow me away, especially with the new console release being out and all those new games being available opposed to the Grand Theft Auto. It's going to have to really blow me away. Like I said, the story mode and the and any multiplayer that they want to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, going to Saints Row here, I still play Saints Row 2 today. Like, it's just, if you have the right stuff in the game, you can make a game last forever with, various cheats and things. You can find new things to do, but...
Right, but a lot of people had a lot of problems with the old Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they put way too many elements. It felt like The Sims to me.
Yeah.
And, you could do stupid things like go bowling and stuff, but there really wasn't enough there. I still played the game through, but it kind of felt like, here we go again. Sandbox game, I've done this, done that. Give me something more. And that's why I think it's going to be saved with these 3 different character perspectives.
I don't think it'll be saved, but I think it'll definitely prolong the inevitable trading it in. Because there's one thing that Grand Theft Auto doesn't do well, and that's have longevity. Ever since, San Andreas, I can't remember owning a Grand Theft Auto game for more than a month and a half, 2 months. I mean, I played Grand Theft Auto 4, and the driving, since you had to drive everywhere, the driving was so bad. It was so bad.
Well, the other great announcements here for the Grand Theft Auto series is customizable everything. So they want to customize your character to the max. They want you to customize your car, and for the very, very first time, guns, which I think is a long time coming. The Grand Theft Auto series has always suffered from poor gunplay, and that's simply the third-person issue, where I remember losing countless missions because I couldn't get the crosshairs on a guy fast enough because it just felt so awkward. Thanks to games like Uncharted, thanks to games like, for example, Last of Us,
Gears of War.
Yeah, this third person's perspective has been hopefully perfected in the Grand Theft Auto universe so that you don't feel so off, because they're ready to announce the multiplayer aspect of Grand Theft Auto now. And it wasn't that great in the previous Grand Theft Auto. There were some missions you could do with friends that were kind of fun, but they really want to step it up here. They haven't announced a lot of details yet, but if the gunplay is not accurate, it's just not going to fly with me.
Yeah, that's 100% correct too. And I know ADHD will agree with me here with the third person shooting gameplays. It's a lot different. It's not as normal, not as
it's not as fluent.
That's the word I was looking for. When you're trying to play through it, you're constantly thinking, okay, what is this, okay, what, okay. It's not, it doesn't come to you right away like it's in a first person
intuitive
shooter.
right?
Yes.
Exactly.
It's not like in Uncharted, like okay, I have to go take cover, this gun's gonna be good for this. Grand Theft Auto, everything's just sort of, I don't know, it's kind of loosey-goosey, the gunplay. Yeah, I know, it's a bad metaphor, but nothing is really tight, nothing really works perfectly for any situation every time. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so the thing we like to do with this series is always end on a food topic. So if you guys could indulge me, but tell me I'm wrong, and I apologize for the U.S. listeners here, but I'm sure you could compare this to probably a Dunkin' Donuts drive-through experience. But tell me I'm wrong. It is absolutely asinine that Tim Hortons does not use bags to give you your food. I think I'm speaking to every Canadian out there that's like, okay, I will order a breakfast sandwich, a donut, and a coffee. Okay, that's if you don't want to give me a bag, go for the environment, that's fine. But I've had opportunities where I've ordered for the entire vehicle or have brought food home for other people. And we're talking about, 4 different sandwiches, a couple of drinks, and you get up to the drive-thru window and they just start handing you items.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here's your coffee. Here's a donut. Here's a sandwich. Here's a coffee. Here's a donut. Here's a sandwich. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. And you're like, well, I don't even have enough cup holders for all of this. Could I get a tray, please?
What's a tray? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We don't need trays.
So that's number 1. Number 2, and I've experienced this at several locations, if I order a sandwich and you're going to cut the sandwich in half so I can eat 2 halves, for the love of God, cut the whole sandwich.
Make it the way through.
I drive a
Not
lot.
just the top half.
I drive a lot for my job, so I am grabbing a lot of food on the go, and I really appreciate the Wendy's, sorry, not Wendy's, the Tim Hortons sandwiches, and they cut them in half so that you don't have a giant sandwich while you're trying to drive. So they usually split it up. But this is what happens. You see them cut it. I'll witness the cutting. It's a crappy knife. It's dull as hell. I then get into my car. I grab to eat the sandwich, and
The whole no, only
floppy hanging, half sandwich hanging there when you're trying to pull it out of the bag.
no, the 3/4 of the sandwich comes.
That's right.
But the top back half, including the ingredients, will fall off because they've only cut it halfway.
so please, if anybody who works at Tim Hortons is listening,
Cut your damn sandwiches.
please tell me why it's drive-through policy to continually handing objects out of the window when you're trying to pay, and 2, like, do you guys go through extensive training to cut your sandwiches?
Did you guys sharpen your knives? Do you know what a knife is?
And I have my own fast food career. AK has his, and it's really not that hard.
No.
That's
I
all
can
that
cut
really
a
comes
sandwich.
to it.
I can cut one of those in half with a spoon better than use the knife.
If anybody has any epic fast food gripes, please write them in the comment section, because as you can see, I'm very passionate about
Food.
food and drive-through experiences, because I feel like I've been screwed too hard before in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like when you get the cold fries at Wendy's?
Or when you get the cup with half of a lid on and you go to take a sip and it's all of a sudden in your lap. Screw you, Tim Hortons.
Or the burger that has been sitting on the warmer for like 2.5 hours, and you get it and you're like,
Thanks a lot.
that was totally worth the $8.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this episode. Look forward to some more, and let me know what you think of Grand Theft Auto 5, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, guys.
Make sure to check out my channel, ADHD Additive, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Shameless plug. Shameless. Okay, guys, catch you later.
See ya.